When I said it, get ready for her worst performance ever. Action. Welcome back to the Lease Games. Dun dun dun. Episode 4. Quattro. So, and Happy New Year. Alrighty, so now it's three-way conference call time. You know, like, sister, she's playing me. Because she's in her, she's in her Olivia Pope bag right now. I didn't even think Kevin was going to answer. You don't know this area code. So, hello, that's Kevin. Hello. So sister is like, hey, yeah, I live with Wonder Woman. I hear you got a party coming. Just kind of like letting you know that like we'll all be out of town. I forget how she phrased it, but basically like nobody that lives there is going to be there. So like, do you mind maybe like switching it for another day? Like a day that makes more sense. And so he's like, kind of the same script as Wonder Woman. He's like, well, everything is confirmed. I just can't do that. I've told my guests are excited. The space is perfect. So this has to happen. So sister repeats, yeah, but like, I just would feel more comfortable if you maybe had it on a day that like one of us will actually be in the house that lives there. It was in the vein of common sense. You don't live here kind of thing. The whole time I'm like, she's sending you warning shots and you're just like, you're not catching them. Like, I wish you would catch him, but hey, he's just, gaslighting. So then finally sister is like, come here on Saturday and I'm calling the cops. Come here on Saturday and I'm calling the cops. You got two options. What you want to do? I'm like, oh, shoot. I didn't know he was calling the cops. I didn't know he was going to go there. I was never expecting that. He's like, he got real quiet, like real quiet. I'm pretty sure the conversation like ended like right after that. I don't know what he said. I think he was just like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to talk to Wonder Woman. So we hang up and I'm like, girl, you crazy. But good one. So I really hadn't seen Wonder Woman. Like, I didn't really check in. I went on about my business, like per usual, minding my business. And from what I hear, because Wonder Woman, she was not there. She still went out of town, so did I. And the third roommate who was also, I think she was going to be at work. According to her, it never happened. Just like, oh, shoot, dang, that's crazy. So one day we ended up like, having a fireside chat. Because I feel like some other things had happened around then too. I don't even know how it came up. But once again, like, the cape just always makes its way into the conversation. She somehow segues into, because I pay the most here, like I bear most of the burden here. And, I just feel like I should get a little bit more leeway. I pay $1,800. I pay $1,800 a month because my room is the biggest. So now you giving me an actual number. Even though we already know I've seen the breakdown. I've seen the full amount of the total rent for our place. I pay $1,800 a month. I just have more stress than everyone else. And I should just, in so many words, like she's saying, like she should be entitled to more liberties, so to speak. And I'm just like, oh Lord, the cape of lies, once again, you have donned. And at this point, I'm just looking at her like, here you go again. I kind of was intrigued. I'm like, oh, how long is this going to play out? How long are you going to go with this? Because at this point, like, it's field research. We're learning the lay of the land here. We are learning. It ain't what we was hoping, but we're learning the lay of the land. So she just keep on talking about that non-existent $1,800. Stop talking. Then it gets to the Kevin conversation. The Kevin and his party situation. I just can't believe you would do such a thing. The cops? You would call the cops? And I was like, I guess I would. I guess we would. She was like, I don't even want to spend much time on that because that's just stupid and ridiculous. And I was just like, oh, is it now? A thief and a liar telling me calling the cops is stupid and ridiculous. Oh my God. Boy, I tell you, like the humor, the dramedy of it all. Y'all think the colored folks is only supposed to get the cops called on us. Girl, please. In my head, I just was like, okay, it's time to go. It's time. It's officially time to go. If we didn't know it before, like, oh, this is the confirmation. You know, like, fine, we can't choose violence, but we can choose to leave. Like, that's very obvious right now. So all of this had happened just with over a couple of months, a span of a couple of months. Around now, we're like approaching holiday season. And I'm like, let me just finish out like this semester here and then start fresh next semester. So I had a couple more things on my calendar. Okay. Now, listen, I know it sounds like I was just like out in events and stuff like that, but like I promise, like it was not just that. I will, however, mention this one last like event that was like the fireworks of first semester. The Debbie Allen hot chocolate nutcracker, the dance recital. Before coming to LA, I was like, oh my gosh, like that seems like such a cool event. I'll have to go to that one day. So I'm just like, oh, we're here now. I guess what else are we going to do? Like seize the moment. And one of the days just so happened to be like I think an anniversary celebration, like a reception, like gala-ish kind of thing. So I'm just like, oh shoot, like I know how to gala. Let's gala. Like, I was a little on the fence because, like, you know, that ticket cost a little bit more. But I was like, you know, like, we're just going to do it. So Miss Debbie Allen, she is, like, one of my favorite icons. To me, she's just, like, gracious. You know what I'm saying? She's witty. She's smart. I feel like she's, like, one of the godmothers of Hollywood. Like, you know, she cracked the code on a different world. Like, there's just so much that she's, like, you know, like, giving us black folks. So, through the world of TV and film. So, like, come on, like, I'm going to that event. The recital itself, it was like, you know, like so beautiful. And then after, I'm like, okay, like, I guess it's reception time. Like, so I did not have any like expectations. I thought it was just going to be like, just like butlering around like the Cabernets and stuff like that. With a little bit of extra sauce, but I didn't know how much extra sauce was going to be there. So I get there. Who do I see first? Miss Vanessa Bell Calloway. Once again, she was actually on her way out. So she was like, Jetta, like she sees me. And I'm like, I don't know. We saw each other. And she's like, your hair is different. She said, girl, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself to everybody here. You're a writer. You just never know what's going to happen. Like, it was like, okay, suddenly I'm like thrown into the deep end. Like this one girl I had like just like run into. So she's just like, yeah, like the Grey's Anatomy table is over there. I was like, the what? Like the whole cast of Grey's Anatomy is at one table. And then I looked to my right and I'm like, oh, I was like, I don't know if I'm tripping, but I think that's Barry Gordy. Then I see like in the cut some daggone where I see Shonda Rhimes. I'm like, oh, let's do it. Miss Debbie Allen, she was actually like one of the first people that I, like said what's up to. So I go up to her and she smiles, having my head like, like I know what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to say. Like, I got this. I'm a financial storyteller. Like, this is okay. What came out was like, humana, I love you. Humana, this is amazing. La, different world, blah, 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 blah. And so she was just like, I don't even know if she said anything. She was just looking at me and smiling like, and I'm in my head like, oh, you don't get it? One of the next people I saw was her sister, Miss Felicia Rashad. I'm introducing like, so like, I can't talk to one sister and neglect the other. That would be wrong. So I go up to her and like, what came out once again, humana, Claire Huxtable, humana, thank you. And when I tell you, like, siblings act the same, like, it was so funny because, like, her reaction and Miss Debbie Allen's reaction were both just, like, and when it came to Miss Felicia Rashad, it was just giving, like, I felt like Vanessa, you know what I'm saying? Like, when she came home from Baltimore, and I was like, oh, my gosh, like, Mom, shut up when I'm talking to you. Answer me when I'm talking to you. I'm sorry. I'm going to get it together. There was another point in the reception that, like, Miss Felicia Rashad, like she ain't, like, I ain't gonna tell y'all too much because I'm not about to get in trouble, but, like, she gathered the room on behalf of her sister, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Siblings will sibling in a minute. When I saw them two, like, interact, I was just like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel at home. So then, Shonda Rhimes, so I go up to her, and I was a little more gathered by that point. I just think I said, like, hi, I'm Jetta, I'm a writer. And she was just like, well, okay then, welcome to LA kind of thing. Like, well, show me what you got. Like, that was the vibe. She ain't say that, but that was the vibe. So you know, like, overall, like, the event itself, like, humming and all, like, I would say it was a 10 out of 10. We had a good old time. Y'all gotta go if you ever get a chance. After that, I'm just like, all right, like, I would say, like, we aced this, like, first semester. All right, Los Angeles, like, lots of things happening here. I'm gonna come back for the next semester. However, like, this housing situation is not it. I was like, all right, like, let me have this breakup conversation real quick. So, go back to Wonder Woman's crazy house. So I tell her, you know, like, girl, like, it's over. I'm moving out. When I said it, she, get ready for her worst performance ever. Action. If it ain't a cape, it's a tear. Oh gosh. So the conversation has nowhere to go but ridiculous at this point. You're gonna love it. Come back tomorrow. Hasta mañana.